pretty much just going over my pre-market game plan for tomorrow. So as you can see here, right, starting off with this SPY, as after we got this pullback to this 654.55, buyers defended this very well, as you can see, and pushed the price higher, right? So today was a really good day, right? We ended up breaking above. We filled this gap to the downside, right? We ended up filling the gap to the downside. Classic break retest, right? We broke above, filled the gap, pulled back, and as you can see, buyer stepped in and defended the 661.78, and we're actually moving higher as of now. So really coming into tomorrow, looking for this break over the 664.55, targeting all-time highs, right? So once was resistance, turn it to support. Beautiful break and retest, looking for the continuation higher. Tesla, right? Sorry, Qs. It's a habit to keep focusing on Tesla. So as you can see, right, was once resistance, now turn it to support, moving higher. Now, if there's divergence tomorrow on SPY and the Qs, I wouldn't really be surprised just because Q still has to fill its gap, right? It may not do that tomorrow, but there still is a gap fill objective here on Qs. Now, as you can see, actually, let me zoom this in on the 1 hour, right? We're pretty much back in this channel, right? I don't really want to be anywhere in here. We're back in this channel, but ideally, if we can get a break and retest over the 600, all-time highs is clear shots. Thought we would get that today. We didn't. Seller stepped in as we got up here, pushed the price back down. But as you can see, right, these key levels on the higher time frame is holding up. So we are gravitating higher. Hopefully Qs can, hold above the 600 tomorrow and then target all-time highs. Tesla's a very interesting one here. So as you can see, we finally went from, right, this holding, this was resistance, resistance, resistance. And then lo and behold, right, we come into today and now support, right? Classic break retest. Also here on Qs, I'm sorry, on Tesla. We broke above, filled this gap, buyer stepped in, we defended this 440.95, and now we're continuing higher. Now, if we end up breaking under this 440.95, for me, this is a no trade zone for clear reasons, right? This is a channel, right? You don't want to be in here. So if we end up felling 440.95, we're back in here in this range. I'm pretty much hands off. If we fall, if sellers are staying heavy and we fall under 336.30, I do like it because, right, we are under two daily support levels, term resistance, and we are under previous day low, right? So that would show me that price is continuing lower, but tread carefully because we would now be back right inside of this no trade zone that we avoided all last week, right? We want to take high probability setups. So staying away from channels and zones is how we do that. So my main focus tomorrow on Tesla is really, I'm not looking to short this name, but I don't come into a day with a bias. So if we can get a break and retest over, 450.98 targeting this daily resistance, that's clear shots above, right? I would also be looking for a pullback long off this 440.95. Now, the reason for that being is, as you can see, right, we broke outside of this channel and now we're turning the channel, right, into support, right? So it would just be another classic break, right? Hold this for a move higher. That's exactly what I'm looking for on Tesla. So long over previous day high, pullback long over this 4 hour, 440.95, and I'm pretty much hands off if we fall under that. AMD, right, back inside of this channel, right? So zoom out here to get a clear picture, right? This is why this is a no trade zone for me. So anywhere in here, I'm hands off. I don't want to trade anywhere in here. This is a low probability stuff, right? So today, good day, right? We ended up getting a break and retest, right? Classic break, displacement, retest, and then we target, right? Top of this range. Beautiful. Now, as you can see, why this is a weekly resistance level for a reason, sellers are stepping in as soon as we get to the top of this range. So for me, coming into tomorrow, I'm looking for a break and retest over 162.05, targeting this 164.75, right? Because we'll be trading outside of this range, right? We don't want to be in here. And clearly the A plus long is over this 164.75, clear shots if we get above. Now, some people will probably look for a break and retest under previous day low. And on a technical standpoint, that is correct, but you'll be inside of this channel, right? So that's not a high probability setup. This is how you get chopped around. This is how you get faked out. So just be cautious if you want to look for a short under previous day low targeting the bottom of this range. but I'm hands off if we open up anywhere in here. So for me, I'm just looking for shorts under 157.80, longs over 162.05, and then of course A plus long is over this 164.75, clear shots above. NVIDIA, right? So I have to draw this out just to get a clear picture for everyone. So actually, let me restart this trend line, right? Let's get rid of this. Okay, so I'm not looking to short this name at all, right? Because let's think about this logically. We avoided this all last week because it was just stuck in a channel, right? Stuck in a channel. We don't want to trade in that. If you go on the daily, right? If you try to go long off this 182.90 and you ended up getting stopped out, this is why, right? This is a weekly resistance for a reason, this 184.48. Look how many times we push up into here, right? And we keep rejecting. Ever since July 30th, right? We push in here and sellers are just pushing this back down, right? So it's very hard to go long into this key resistance level on the weekly time frame, and you can clearly see why, right? So for me, coming to tomorrow, I'm looking for a pullback long off of 180.25, targeting the top of this range. That's a bigger RR trade. I'm more comfortable going long down here, targeting up here, compared to taking a break and retest here, targeting here. You get what I mean? So for me, that's not something that I'm looking for, but I'm definitely looking for a pullback long off this 180.25. Not looking to short this name at all. If we fall under this 173.15, which I highly doubt we will, I'll look to go short. But other than that, I'm pretty much hands off if we fall under 180.25. Because logically, right, it doesn't make sense to trade and go short right back into a channel, right? That doesn't make sense to short back into a channel. So really looking for a pullback long off of this 180.25, or a break and retest over this 184.48. Because if we can get over that, as you can see, nothing in its way to the upside. Palantir, right? All last week, this was the no trade zone, and you can clearly see why. So this 177.05 is a clear support level. Clearly, you can see, right? Buyers are defending this very well. So I'm neutral here. I like a break and retest under 177.05. This is a good confluence for me because this is the previous day low and a daily support. So if we can get a break and retest under there, right? This is a good RR trade. That's a high probability setup. And then of course the A plus long is over this 184.50, targeting all-time highs, nothing in its way, right? We want to avoid channel. So if we're anywhere in here, I'm hands off. And then lastly, Apple, right? So like I said, I'm neutral on Apple. I'm open to play both ways. So I'm looking for a break and retest over 257.35, targeting all-time highs. Today, right? If we can, today we actually did defend this very well. Like we gave it up a little bit, as you can see. Let's just zoom in here. Not the best price action on Apple, right? Today was a terrible price action day, right? But later into the session, clear break and retest off this 253.90. So tomorrow, right? If we break and retest off this 253.90, I like this to the downside. But be cautious, right? Because this could be, right, a pullback long off this 250.85, targeting all-time highs. So just be cautious of that. But if we open up in this range, right, I'm hands off here. This is a no trade zone for me. I don't want anything to do in this channel, right? But a break and retest under this channel, I like. And then a break and retest over 257.35, targeting all-time highs, I like as well.